Welcome back to Nonprofit Marketing Minutes. I'm Colleen Kendrick, and today I want to kick off a short series on nonprofit inflection points. Let's call it the Pivot Point series. This is where we explore the messy, human, and high-stakes side of social impact. Most people think nonprofits just exist forever. But these pivot or perish moments we're going to talk about are where the real leadership happens. So let's dive in. We'll start with mergers, which I like to think of as a marriage of missions. When two nonprofits decide to merge, they must choose between protecting their individual legacies or sacrificing their names to double their impact. So when does a merger become something to consider? Picture this. You're an executive director. You've spent weeks perfecting a grant proposal for a local $10,000 community gift. You walk into the funder's office, and who do you see in the waiting room? The other executive director from the nonprofit 3 blocks over. You're both pitching the same program to the same funder for the same neighborhood. In that moment, you realize you aren't just partners in impact, you're competitors in a zero-sum game. And that, my friends, is the moment the M word, merger, stops being a theory and starts being a survival strategy. This is definitely an inflection point. In marketing, we're taught to protect our brand at all costs. But in a nonprofit merger, our brand can actually be an obstacle. We call this an identity crisis. If Greenwood Youth Services merges with Oak Hill Mentoring, who loses their name? Who loses their logo? For a marketer, this can be a nightmare. But for a donor, it's confusing. But here's the reality. If you're spending $50,000 a year on 2 separate audits, 2 separate websites, and 2 separate CRM subscriptions just to keep 2 brands alive, you're taxing your mission. But wait, it gets even messier than brand, because in a merger, we come together with 2 captains, but we only have 1 ship to steer. That can get messy. The hardest part of this better together gamble we want to make when we're merging isn't the paperwork, it isn't even the brand, it's the people. You have 2 executive directors, both have poured their blood, sweat, and tears into their roles. But a merged organization only needs 1 CEO. So who stays and who goes? And then there's the board. You've got 2 rooms full of high-powered volunteers who are used to being in charge. If you don't handle the cultural integration, even the soft side of marketing and leadership, the whole thing can implode before the new stationery is even printed. Mergers can fail because the math doesn't work, but they can also fail because the cultures don't click. That can come down to simple day-to-day things like operations. One organization may be suit and tie, the other may be jeans and sneakers. One may be fully in the office, the other hybrid or remote. If you don't market any of these changes internally first, your newly merged organization won't stand a chance. But let's not forget the upside. By collapsing 2 back offices into 1, you aren't just saving money, you're reallocating marketing spend. Instead of 2 tiny, quiet voices, you suddenly have 1 loud, authoritative megaphone. You can move from surviving to scaling.